Why Media Group? The fastest growing media group in North America.
Good evening. We are here today on Y Media's channel, a 24/7 channel, TV stations, radio, the newspaper, and what have you. It is also a channel which is in integrity and is growing very fast. Today with me in the studio are Meir Ezra the Great, accompanied by his son Meir Ezra. It's a father-son duo.
Yes.
Now, if I was to tell you that both are amazing human beings, it would be the truth.
Thank you.
Meir, let me share a few words about Meir. Meir is a thinker, an inventor, a creator. He has and many businesses. Over and above, he is a doting father and essentially a family man. He does not ask you to listen to him that he is the know-all. He doesn't tell you that he is a guru.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell you that follow me or believe me. None of the above. All he says is, these are the words, I define the word, understand the meaning of the word, and live your life according to the principles that I am explaining based on those words. Totally different from what's happening all over. Everyone says, believe me, trust me, blah, blah, blah. All that is nonsense. Not relevant where Meir is concerned. I said that he is a doting father. And the fact that he is a doting father and a loving father is a son, Gal, sitting with us. Gal started very early in life. He has his own businesses. He is, by the way, he is a new father, just about 7 months.
Yeah.
He has a lovely wife. Now, can you imagine juggling between being the father of a young daughter, his businesses, looking after his wife, and don't take this and lightly, and organizing, running seminars, doing his own podcasts, doing his own shows. So if I say that it's very rare to see a father-son combination like this, I am not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Meir, welcome. Gal,
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It's an honor to be here on Y Media.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. I've been here before. It
Yeah.
was amazing, and I'm sure with Gali and
Yeah.
you, it will be even more.
Absolutely. So where do we begin?
Thank you. You can begin wherever you want to, but a thought comes to me.
Yeah.
What is required for success?
Okay. What is required for success? So first of all, it requires to understand what does it mean to be successful. Okay? In order to be successful, you need to realize that success is actually not something that you achieve. It is a process. It is giving value and 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 giving value, and for as long as you give value, you'll be successful.
Wow.
Most of the people want to get value, to get value, to get value. But the truth is that you get value only after you give value. Otherwise, you steal. If I get value for nothing that I gave, then I steal.
Yes.
That's what a thief do. He takes something and he doesn't leave you a check. That's a problem, yes? Mm-hmm. So if you realize that the game of life is a game of value, how much value do you give? This is really the bottom line. That value can be in a business that I deliver to you some product. It can be for a child, that you actually make sure that the child maximizes his potential. This is the basic purpose of a parent, to make sure that his child maximizes his potential, that he actually not work on some kind of a pattern response, but he can think for himself and he can actually make the logical decisions. If it is in a society, how do you make sure that the people in the society actually becoming contributing members to that group, to that society? So success is really a process, is not something that you achieve. It is something that you work on all the time. Success is something that you work on all the time. What do you work on? Delivering value, delivering value, delivering value. And if you do that, you're successful.
Interesting. Here is a question. I have a couple of questions, but I'll ask the question on your last sentence.
Yeah.
Giving value, delivering value, 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 value. Now, if I'm working for an organization and I'm getting an X dollar as pay, every 2 weeks the pay gets deposited. I work, I get paid. I work, I get paid. So where is the extra value or special value?
Okay. So you can have two types of organization. An insane organization and a sane organization. Like people, you can have insane people and sane people. Luckily, most of the people are more or less sane, and most of the organization are more or less sane. In an insane organization, you will bring value, you'll bring value, you'll bring value, and they will reward the useless people, the people that don't bring value. And that organization has no future. That's why governments, for example, change every 4 years, because they don't really bring value. Yes, so they change them very quickly. Yes, but a government that do bring value, the people will fight to keep it in place. Yes. Yes. In an organization, if you bring value, if you bring value, if you bring value, you will see that, provided that you realize that bringing value do not mean bring value in some kind of a closet. You need to bring value and you need to publicize it. Good work don't talk for itself. You need to promote it. So you really, because good work is a dead thing. It does not have mouth. You need to be the mouth of your work. So provided that you promote your results, if you bring value, you bring value, you bring value, the organization become dependent on you. They need you. And so if they're sane, they will promote you, they will promote you, and they will promote you. And if they don't, you always have the option to go and bring value to a more sane organization.
So, are you saying, let me get it right, that if your existing organization does not reward you adequately, you should look out for a saner organization that can recognize your giving, your contributing, and reward you accordingly?
Yeah, if an organization, if you actually produce, bring value, not for a week or 2 or 6 months, but really for a period of time, and the organization do not recognize you for who you are, and it can be recognition by just giving you a plaque, and it can be recognition by respect. Maybe the organization is not there to pay you more, but they recognize you, that you are the source of the success, and they give you recognition, it's okay. And this recognition at the beginning may be not in cash, but it will eventually become in cash, because if you are really good, you can carry a whole organization on your own shoulder.
Yes.
And I think that, just to add to it also, I think that in this day and age, especially with people my age, and almost anybody can attest to this, the current viewpoint in society is what he said at the beginning, which is, what can I get? What can I get? What can I get? It's not what can I give. And so people will take it as an excuse of, they didn't recognize me, so they'll skip around. The biggest thing amongst my friends, and even when I'm hiring, you look at some people's resumes,
Every
and
year.
they jump every 6 months to a year, and they don't stick it through. The friends and even family members that I've advised, stick it through a little longer, bring more value, get to a good point. Don't leave on a low. Most people leave on a low. Take it to a high. When you're on a high, make your decision. Now then those people go and produce, and they take their condition to a high, and all of a sudden, when they actually do it, just because they want to do it, not because they're looking to get paid more, for their own honor, they want to get it to a high. When that happens, all of a sudden they reconsider leaving, because magically they get paid more. They get rewarded. Things go right because their viewpoint shifted from what can I take, which is very common, to hold on, for my own sake, I want to know that I can bring a good result.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Perfect. What you just shared, I remember a few years back, an organization was downsizing and then let go 3 people. And the owner was a friend of mine, so I asked him, they had 3 people working, they let go of 2, they kept 1. So I said, why these 2 and what made you keep 1? He says, employee number 1 would really shirk the work and show that he's done enough. Employee number 2 would finish his work diligently and then pick up the newspaper or a book to read. Employee number 3, who he had retained, would finish his work, then go to the boss and say, is there anything else I can do?
Yeah.
So it's just reiterating what you said. He was giving back, and he got rewarded in that.
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A question to you.
Yes.
Right now we were talking from point of view of an employee.
Yeah.
As a business owner, when you are providing services or selling merchandise, what is foremost in your mind?
Foremost in my mind is that what I'm giving, the value that I provide, is more than what I'm getting paid for. So I'm selling a product or a service. My view is, how can I always give them more than they've paid for? And a lot of times it's not just, wow, it's really something wonderful that they've gotten and they're happy with what they got. But how can I give an element of a wow? Something small. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be out there. Just a little bit more than they paid for. Because there's various levels of exchanging value. Some people, you take some kind of payment and you give them nothing. It's called stealing. I've taken money from you and I've stolen it. That's obviously no value. A level above that would be, I've taken a payment and I gave you something, but it wasn't what you expected. It was less than you expected, so you have a disappointment, but you got something. You went to the restaurant, you wanted a steak, medium rare. You get the steak well done and cold. You still got a steak, but it was not what you expected. But you got a steak, but it was less than. You're disappointed. A level above that would be, you got what you paid for. So I paid for a steak medium rare, and I got the steak medium rare. Okay, all those will actually lead to a deterioration. That business won't grow, because just doing what's fair or less than fair is stagnant. Stagnant means it starts to go down. If you look at a body of water that doesn't move, that body of water starts to deteriorate.
So true.
So the only way is to do more than what was expected. And if you think back to a restaurant that you love, you paid for a steak, you got it medium rare, perfectly, great service, all that's expected. But perhaps the chef came out and said, can I give you a little something from the back that I've been working on as a taster for the table? It cost him nothing, but the whole table goes, wow, this is amazing, this is so special.
Yeah.
Something extra, and that wow gets you to leave and talk about that place and bring more people. And now there's an expansion. So yes, I paid for the steak, but I got more than I expected. And as a business owner, I'm always thinking, how can I give people what they expected, but more? Something with a wow.
Yeah. The wow creates an echo.
Yeah.
The wow created?
An echo.
Yes,
Yeah.
wow, it
Yeah.
has a cascading
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank
create
you.
the echo.
That was cherry on the cake. Yes, I so appreciate what you've just shared, Gal. And of course, topping it with a wow.
Yeah.
I have seen in my business, you walk the extra mile, or even if you walk the extra step, people appreciate that, remember that.
Yeah.
A lot of clients come to me in my business and say, oh, we've been recommended by such and such person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week there was a lady saying, I had heard that yours is a very kind establishment.
Yeah.
This was the word she used.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And today talking to you, I say, yes, I heard correct. Thank you. I would always like to be working with your company.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
It's amazing.
Mayor, on the adequate giving or abundant giving or giving that extra, can you explain the principle behind it? He had mentioned that, but can you go a little deep? Because earlier on you had mentioned that if a thief comes, takes something, doesn't leave a money, so he is stealing.
Yeah.
The stealing, inadequate, adequate, and then of course the wow factor.
Yeah.
Can you explain this a little more in detail, in different words? Because most of us today struggle with the fact that I gave adequate value and yet my business has not grown.
Yeah. Yeah. So for business to grow, it needs to deliver value. Yes. But delivering value has few areas. Like if I look at an engine, yes? So let's say that the pistons are working correctly, but the oil system do not work. The whole engine will cease. So in an organization, in order to deliver a value, there is a lot of sub-values that needs to be delivered. And if you have, think about it as a pipe, okay? And the pipe goes, here we've got what we're going to give the customer, and it goes through the pipe, and at the end, you've got what the customer gets. And in the process, the customer pay you, etc. Now, if this pipe is either cut or blocked, the customer will never get the value. He will get maybe a little bit of the value. So in order for a company, in order for an organization to bring value to the customer, in order for it to grow, the pipe has to be open and the product has to be pushed through this pipe in a very high volume, more and more volume, so the pipe will stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and deliver more and more value. And the problem in this society is that the education is that everyone is working according to what they feel, not according to what's needed. So you ask someone to do something, and it's totally logical for an average person to say, oh, I do my best. Your best is nothing. Your best is nothing, it's useless. The only thing that counts is I do what it takes to bring the end result, to bring the value. Why? Because if I'm working for you, it's very clear that you have to pay me. I cannot accept, I'm doing my best to pay you. Yes? You have to pay me. The only thing that I check you according to is, did you pay me on time, yes or not? Your best is not enough. It's just, you do what it takes to pay me. But when it comes to an employee, when it comes to the average man in the street, he says, I'll do my best. This is if he's in a good condition. Yes, that's the good. Yes. And the best is not enough. The only thing that passes in this universe is result. I will do what it takes to bring the result. And that's the difference between the mediocre, the useless, and the successful.
Wow.
The successful do what it takes to bring the result, and the mediocre do what it takes to excuse why he did not bring the results. So the one concentrate on bringing the result, and the one concentrate on excuses.
It's so simple. And this is a profound truth, and Meir brings it up in such simple language. Bring the result, make the excuses. Get the success, do what you feel like doing. So what you feel like doing is definitely not enough. Getting the result for yourself, for the organization that you're with, and of course the community at large, which we can touch a little later. Before we have about 2 minutes in this segment.
Time flies.
Yes, very quickly.
I'd like to ask you.
Yes.
And it's a totally a different playing field. When you have to look after the baby and your spouse and your work, what makes you tick?
What makes me tick is that I really know that I provide value in every role. So on the one hand, there's the family, and I really feel that in the family unit, it's much like how I was raised with my father. In the family unit, I'm providing, and that's my role. He provided, and that was his role, and he did whatever it took to do that. And what was amazing about him is even though he worked a lot and traveled a lot, you know, most people that have a father that travels, the kids complain and the wife has a problem with it, and there's always issues. With him, it was always very clear. This is my role in the family as a father. And mom's role in our family is to manage the household and to raise the children. And your role, Gal, talking to me, is to do well in school and to expand and to gain knowledge and to help mom. So I knew my role. My mom obviously did her role brilliantly.
The best.
The best. And he did his role the best. And because of that, when dad's away, dad's not away chilling on the beach. Dad's away for the family, working. And when that's clear, then there's no resistance from anyone. There was never a problem. He wasn't always at every game of mine or whatever. And it was never an issue. Okay, dad didn't make it to my show because he's working. I'm helping his trajectory by not giving him resistance for what he's doing.
That's deep. That's deep, Gal. That's deep. This is the first time I'm interviewing you, and I find that your approach, your stress, it's deep. He's been a wise man that I know,
yes.
But I think you are equally wise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Viewers, thank you so much. This was Meir Ezra and Gal Ezra, father, son, and what a combination. This is a winner combo. So anytime you're looking for combinations, go in for a winner combination, whether it's you and your spouse, you and your son, you and your sibling, whatever it is, go in for a winner combination. I know some of you are already thinking, hey, my spouse, my sibling, my child is not like that. So we'll talk about this, how to make all members of the family so cohesive, and so much togetherness that everything goes smooth, flows smooth, and brings happiness, joy, and smiles all across.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Meir.
Thank you.
This was
Thank you for watching.
From Kamal Bhatia for Wire Media. Enjoy.
Thank
and
you.
we'll bring you more such interviews. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why Media Group? The fastest growing media group in North America.